Hello class and welcome back to Arithmetic. We are fast approaching the end of our year and it has really been something, hasn't it? But here I am, there you are, and here we are. You see these? Don't forget these. Say them with me. Point, line, segment, line. Then we have ray, intersecting lines, parallel lines, angle, that's just any angle, and of course it can be a small angle, it could be a large angle, but any angle. See this in here? I don't know if you can see it because it is a bit far away, but that's a measurement of an angle that you'll learn how to do next year and in 6th grade, where you'll take something called a protractor and actually measure from this line to that line how many degrees that angle is. This is an angle, but it's particular. It's a right angle, meaning straight up and straight out. And it forms a box there, meaning it's perfectly straight out and straight up, making it a right angle. A right angle is always 90 degrees. There are, if an angle is perfectly flat, a straight angle, there are 180, and half of 180 is 90. So that's a sneak peek at next year for you. But for now, no, this is a right angle, and that's just an angle. And again, this could be, the line could be going out there half as big, and it's still an angle. This is a particular kind of angle. So is this. Together, congruent angles, two angles that are the same. Then we have perpendicular lines, which form right angles, a simple closed shape, or simple closed curve. We could, well, if it was really simple closed shape. Then we have a polygon. A polygon, again, any shape made up of line segments. Then we had particular polygons, where we had a trapezoid, a rhombus, a parallelogram, triangle, square, and so on that we learned. Let's go over some of these. You ready? 1 square yard equals 9 square feet. 1 square foot equals 144 square inches. The boiling point of water Fahrenheit, 212 degrees. The freezing point of water Fahrenheit, 32 degrees. The boiling point of water Celsius, 100 degrees. Did you say it with me? The freezing point of water Celsius, that's right, 0 degrees. The normal body temperature Fahrenheit, 98.6 degrees. The normal body temperature Celsius, that's right, 37 degrees. And I assume that you remembered and you got it right. Now, the measurement or measure, the distance around, means what term is that? It's called perimeter, measuring the distance around. To measure the amount inside, we call that, that's right, area. We call that area. If I drew a square on the board and wanted to measure around it, it would be perimeter. But if I wanted to do all the inside area of that square or rectangle, or whatever the shape may be, area, inside. What are our formulas? The formula for the perimeter of a rectangle is, together, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And what about the perimeter of a square? The perimeter of a square is P equals 4 times S. The area of a rectangle. The area of a rectangle. Did you say A equals length times width? That's right. The area of a square. Did you say A equals side by side, or S times S. Those are our formulas that you should have memorized. You do need to know the formulas for next year. So I hope you have them all memorized now. You need to know them for this year because there are things on your paper you need to be able to do. We are not having an exam. Normally, in a normal situation, you would be having an exam this week over everything you've learned in this book, and all these review pages you're having, you would have done in preparation for your exam. Things being the way they are, we will not have an exam, but go ahead and finish your book. For today, you're going to do page 100, lesson 163, and then the next time you'll do lesson 164, and then that's as far as we'll get. And I'm telling you now, in the next video, there'll be another video, and then the year will be ending. So there will be a few lessons, but everything that's new has been introduced. So we're done making the videos as far as new material. So students and parents know that but go ahead and finish the book, and you could use that as a summer book, parents, if you'd like to do that, or just at your leisure throughout the summer. There's just a few more pages left, and maybe right before school, even if you want to do some of those, see what they remember before 5th grade starts, and it would actually help them do better when 5th grade starts. Those of you that are really on the ball and wanting to prepare them so that it's easier when they come back, I would highly suggest doing lesson 165, lesson 166, lesson 167, fraction review, decimal review on lesson 168, and lesson 169. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lessons. They're all review of everything. They're really like supplementary review. If we'd had an exam, we would have done all those to prepare for the exam. We can do all these to prepare for 5th grade, because that's what it's really about, being ready to go on and know what you need to know, right, 4th grade? So do that. Look at page 163 right now, and let's look at section 1, and let's do that part together. Are you ready? The blank of a rectangle is found by multiplying the length times the width. We just went over the formula. What is the, what word are we going to put in there? The what of a rectangle is found. What do we find by multiplying the length times the width? We find the, did you say it? Did you say the area of a rectangle? Write that in. Or hopefully you already wrote it in before I say it. Number 2, or letter B, I should say, section 1. We're on page 293, lesson 163. The what of a rectangle is found by adding the sides together. What do we find by adding the sides together? We find the, yes, the perimeter, right? We add all the sides together and we can find the perimeter. Letter C. The formula for the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Is that right? Yes, you should have written perimeter in the blank. 2 times the length plus 2 times the width is the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle. Again, knowing the formulas, and if you have them memorized, you should not have a hard time with this. The formula for the what of a rectangle is length times the width. The formula for the area is length times the width. To find how much, letter E, to find how much carpet you need to know the what? Area. Area. To find how much fencing to buy, you need to know the, yes, perimeter. I feel like I've done this before. Have I done some of this in another video? I may have done this twice in 2 videos. But that's all right. You just got some extra practice hearing it again if it didn't apply to a certain page. I may have skipped a page number or something, but if I did that, I apologize for that. You just got to hear it more than once. And so that won't hurt you to hear it more than once. So for section 2, you're going to find the perimeter. So use the formula for that. Then letter D and E and F do the same. Then section 3, you're going to find the areas for those. Then in lesson 164, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to find rectangles and areas when you get to that lesson, okay? But there'll be another video for that one. But you'll be doing some of the same thing in both of these lessons, but I'll have a video for each one. Story problems. Reverend Whitley is planning to put a fence around the yard of the parsonage, which is a place where a pastor or minister stays on the church grounds. The length of the yard is 95 feet and the width is 87 feet. How many feet of fencing material does he need to buy? What are we going to do to solve that? If you're trying to build a fence, are we doing area or perimeter? Well, a fence goes around a house or property, right? So that's what's the distance around called? Perimeter. So use the perimeter formula. What is the perimeter formula? Just add up 2 times the width plus 2 times the length. Or you could just add up all the sides. If there's 95 feet on one side and 87 feet on the other side, there's going to be 2 95s and 2 87s, right? So 95 plus 95 plus 87 plus 87, or 2 times 95 plus 2 times 87, and then put feet, perimeter, write the word perimeter with that one. And then for letter B, what is the cost? What will be the cost that he'll pay? If it's $3.97 per foot, what would the cost be? You have to look at letter A in order to find letter B. So you'll have to use your answer, and hopefully you got that one right, or you got both of them wrong. And that's not good, is it? So use however many feet you find for letter A to find the cost by doing what? What does per mean? It says per foot. Per means what? For each foot. Well, if you have 100 or 300 or 400 of those, and each one's $3.97 for each foot, you're going to, that's right, you're going to multiply, aren't you? So solve both of those. Don't forget your $sign and decimal point with the one with money. And multiply your fractions. 2 1/5 times 3/5. When you're multiplying fractions, you need to change them both to fractions. If there's a mixed number, change it to an improper fraction so that you can multiply them. Then change it back at the end. If it's improper or whatever, you want it proper at the end. But it's going to be hard to multiply 2 1/5 times 3/8 in section 6. If you need to make them both just fractions, get rid of the whole number by changing it to an improper fraction. So do that and do a super job with your page. Again, I hope you have a fantastic day. Get your work done, be obedient and loving in all that you do. And remember, in whatsoever you do, do it heartily as unto the Lord. And you take care. You be looking for just a few more videos. Bye for now.